The era of Prohibition in Brooks was a wild one. In an issue of the Brooks Bulletin printed on April 1, 1920, Corporal Robert White of the Alberta Provincial Police of Bazzano said that Brooks had the worst reputation for bootlegging and gambling in any place in his division, which extended all the way from Empress to Strathmore. Prohibition began in 1916 after 61% of Albertans voted in favor of the plebiscite a year earlier. The First World War was an important factor in the success of efforts. Many believed it would create a society worthy of the sacrifices of soldiers overseas. They also argued it would benefit the war effort since it would prevent waste and inefficiency. Some also considered the bar a place where foreigners congregated and plotted against the British Empire, and therefore the war effort. By 1917, dry legislation was on the books in all provinces except Quebec, but the law proved to be unenforceable. Making consumption illegal spawned a whole new industry of underground saloons or speakeasies. They were constantly supplied by bootleggers and rum runners, some of whom became gangsters and millionaires. Brooks's Justice of the Peace, E. Harding, began to crack down on drunks and violators after Corporal Robert White's words in the bulletin. In police court not long after, he said he fined a man named Sellers for $20 and costs for drunkenness, and $50 for costs of vagrancy. He aimed to clean up the town and punished repeat violators by making them spend a few months in the Lethbridge jail. Because some doctors made their living by bootlegging liquor, they were often in the sights of provincial lawmakers. A bill to amend the Liquor Act was introduced in the legislature, which limited prescriptions to 8 ounces. Also, if they didn't have a permit, doctors couldn't possess any liquor. If they did, they were only able to hold up to 1 quart. Although the country was dry at the time, whiskey helped patients at the makeshift hospital at the Oxford Hotel during the 1918 flu pandemic. Former Mayor McAdam was able to get the necessary authority to bring it in from Calgary in 5-gallon jugs. It was kept in the local bank vault, and McAdam himself said it was the best cure for the flu. In 1923, Albertans voted to end Prohibition with 58% of the vote. Too many people were ignoring the law and drinking illegally, so opponents argued it contributed to the expansion of organized crime and violence. The Liquor Act of Alberta was replaced by the government sales of liquor and strictly regulated taverns. Because liquor was sold in government stores, there wasn't as much of a profit incentive, so there was little advertising to encourage sales. Throughout the 20s, many other provinces followed by repealing their legislation, instead pushing for moderation and government regulation.